Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 17th to the 23rd of September 2018. So we are in the 2-week window of the Virgo new moon, and this always brings in a sense of planning, a sense of looking forward, sowing the seeds towards the next harvest. So we have that back to school feeling, and it's really good to give our mind a job to do, because over the summer we've learnt to detach slightly from the linear planning rational mind and to go deep within to find our inspiration, our imagination and our passion, to recenter with our soul essence so that we can effortlessly step forwards now, centred and strong and true to our real selves. So a slightly complicated week. We have a grand cross in the mix, so that always brings up different tensions every day, but only in order that we can grow. So the main thing in soul astrology is to always ask, what did I want to learn from this, rather than taking the stance that the planetary bodies are somehow unfairly attacking us. So on Monday we have a very harmonic aspect with Jupiter, Pluto and Neptune all in harmony. And I feel that some of the ideas, inspiration and hopes and dreams and soul desires that we centred with over the summer will now start to return to us as exciting opportunities. So without rushing forwards to become too busy, we can just take a slow and steady approach as opportunities come back to us, to start to explore them and to stay very centred in that excitement and the true essence of what we're here to be, to resonate and to contribute to. So focusing on our imagination, our ideas, our hopes and dreams on Monday, pulse those out, because you'll start to see the synchronicities and the communications begin to come back from those. Tuesday's looking a little bit more tricky as the Grand Cross is in full effect, and it feels that there may be a time to speak up, to take a stance, to actually be heard and be confident. Obviously we live in an age with many different ways to communicate and many different things being said, but are they real? Are they helpful? Are they true? So we do need to be independent researchers. We do need to keep a broad perspective and to do the research on any subject rather than just repeating what we've been told or continuing to believe things that are now being proved to be untrue. So there may be some adjustment here. Before you put your passion into something, before you shout out, speak out and stake your claim, just take a look first to make sure, is that really true? Is that actually what you want to be saying? But a great deal of strength coming in on Tuesday. Whatever we learn on Tuesday will bring even more strength and certainty by Wednesday if we're fundamentally grounded in fact. So it's a good time to challenge our beliefs, to challenge our perspective, but to stay rooted in the truth. By Thursday I feel that there's more introspection. If we look very deeply, we can learn something. We can receive answers. It's a day of inner inquiry there. On Friday we have the Sun and Mercury meeting in Virgo. And this would usually have a piercing precision. And I feel that we will feel that in the days to come. But when the Sun and Mercury meet, it's often said that there can be confusion. So we might feel a little bit fuzzy-brained on Friday, and this is all the better for journeying into the world beyond the 5 senses, to let go of the rational mind and to go into feeling, inner intelligence and knowing. So diving into our intuition there on Friday. And over the summer we've been taught not to control, not to have to know, so this should actually be a little bit more familiar than it would have done before. Then on Saturday we have Mercury moving into Libra just ahead of the Sun. And they say that communication is the key to all relationships. These aren't just romantic relationships, but any way that we relate with other people. So we can observe the way that we communicate. Are we speaking truthfully? Do we have an agenda? Are we being clear? Do we understand the way that somebody else communicates? Because we all communicate differently, and this is where a lot of the confusion comes in. So each of the signs has a different mode of expression. So look to where Mercury is in your chart, and if you're communicating with another and wanting to relate more harmoniously, then if you know their chart, have a look at where their Mercury is as well, so that you can see those different ways of communication and wipe away any confusion or conflict to create better understanding. And in fact, this is a practice that you can have all the way through the month of Libra. By Sunday, the sun moves into Libra, and this is the autumn equinox. If we've been doing our work over the summer, we should be feeling much lighter now in head and heart, having released a lot of the density and programmed beliefs, the conditioned emotions, and letting go of the false personality narrative. That leaves lots of space. And Libra is an air sign, and air is the conduit for light and sound and scent. So there's a lot of space required for that colourful, graceful flow to come in. And if we've got rid of all the things that were consuming our minds, if we've challenged a lot of the false beliefs, if we've deleted the program and the story, then that lightness and brightness can be danced in, really, and our creativity can flourish. So where are we communicating creatively? What's the message of our art? What is it that we want to express? As we step over the autumn equinox, we're heading into a very powerful autumn. We soon have Pluto going direct, which is the next forward step, when we step into our power. And then, as I've said before, there is a crescendo between the 8th and the 11th of November where everything rises to a peak. So although this year's felt very slow, many of our plans have been stopped, our desire to rush forward has been challenged so that we can recenter, be coming from a place of our pure essence. Now this will start to unfold. So all we need to do is stay centred, to really get to know our true selves, to radiate that frequency, which is in fact our contribution. It's our state of being that matters now. And to dance in the space that we've created and embrace our own creative powers. So quite a complex week there, with plenty of aspects popping up to challenge us. But if we face them one at a time and we stay true, then this should be some of the final clearing up. At this time of year, I do recommend that we take on a course of study. And if any of you would like to study astrology, tarot and numerology with me, then I am available for one-to-one lessons, and I have a series of online courses that can help you do that. The study of astrology does take years, but it's best to have a paced approach. So I would recommend that you do this month by month over the winter. And the way I teach is that you're remembering your chart, you're waking up to what you already know. So I introduce you to all your inner archetypes and the soul essence of each of the signs, rather than teaching from a book, which can often be quite psychological and taking on more labels and narratives. So I do make it nice and easy, nice and intuitive, and if you'd like to contact me for that, I'm available one-to-one or over Skype, or I can send you online modules at a steady pace and we can study together. I post up daily insights on my Facebook page at AstroZo, my Instagram at ZoeHines7, and on my webpage www.astrozo.com. So please do come and connect with me, and if you'd like to email me for a reading or more information on my courses, then please do ZoeHines7@gmail.com. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.